Hi everyone, it's Sejal and today is another episode of Shutup Sejal. Welcome back to the podcast. I've changed up where I'm doing this again. The last time I'd done it in my living room and this time I'm doing it in my getting ready room, makeup room, shooting room, and this is my favorite room in the whole house. For everyone who's listening, I have a room in my house in which I've kind of set up, it's like my dream room. I have put a mirror and a table that I can get ready at. I also edit at that table, I record at that table, and I am now shooting, and it's my favorite room, and I'm so glad to have you guys here. So in today's episode, I'm going to be talking about dealing with failure. This is an important topic to me because I think as a 27-year-old woman, I have, and also like in the career that I'm pursuing right now, which is content creation, I think मैंने काफी ups और downs देखे हैं, and some of them I've dealt with very well and some I have not dealt with very well. So I wanted to talk about it and share my experience and also talk about your experience and your questions. You guys have sent me questions through my Instagram and I am happy to go through them and talk about it. So let's begin. Please check out the entire version of this episode. Shutup Sejal is a Spotify exclusive podcast, so the audio will be here. And if you like this video, please don't forget to subscribe and like and comment. We really need the subscribes, you guys, and let me know what kind of content you'd like me to make. And also I hope you've heard my new song Chalo that I just put out. Go listen if you haven't heard already. So when I was just starting out in my career, or actually when I was a teenager, I've always kind of done a lot of things. I used to play basketball जब मैं school में थी, मैं school team में थी, and I used to also dance as a kid. मैं Ashley Lobo / Danceworks में dance करती थी, and I also was training to be a company member. So I used to be a teacher at 14 till 16 years old. I used to be a teacher for the beginners batch, and I had a kids batch and the second level as well. So it was a really cool experience, and I'd always thought that maybe I want to be a dancer. I don't know, but as I grew up and I had my boards and stuff, so I kind of, changed my mind. Life just sort of happened differently. But during that dancing phase is when I experienced failure for the first time. This may seem a little stupid to you guys, but it was really important to me at the time because I was 14 when this happened. So I started off in the first level, which was the beginner's level, obviously, and a lot of my friends got promoted to the second level after 3 months. So मैंने अपने एक दो friends जो school के थे who were also in the same class, उनके साथ ये हुआ था. And I did my 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, and dance was something I really liked. I felt like, oh my god, this is something I really like and I'm going to work hard at it. And I thought, yeah, I'm coming home, practicing my dance routine every day and whatever. I'm trying to do my best in my class. I'm, being nice with my teachers, etc. And third month जब हो गया मेरा पूरा, I didn't get promoted to the second level, and I remember being so heartbroken. I was just really what just happened. And also I remember there was a really pretty girl in my class. I still remember her. I don't remember her name, but I remember her. I remember her outfits and I remember how she danced. She got promoted and I always felt envious of her throughout. And I felt like, what the hell? I wanted to get promoted. She got promoted and I didn't get promoted. This sucks. Life sucks. And I think it was less about her and more about me not getting what I wanted. Or maybe not. I don't know. I feel like all of us, especially girls, deal with so much comparison and envy बचपन से ही, क्योंकि हमें सिखाया जाता है कि आपको सबसे फर्स्ट आना है, उससे आगे जाना है, उस लड़की से आपको बेटर होना है. This is such a thing that all girls deal with, and I really, really, really want this to end. At least in my personal life, I've come a long way from feeling envious of people, and right now I'm, very focused on my own self and my own growth. And I just feel like if someone else is doing well, I feel really happy for that human being. And I think I sometimes feel like, why didn't I get this? And I feel like maybe, being envious shows my desire and what I want in life. And when that happened, I kind of felt like, shit, I need to get out of feeling this way. And I was 14 years old and I can't remember who told me. Maybe my dad told me. Maybe I watched a movie and I was obsessed with this quote, everything happens for a reason, and I still stand by it. And I just, try to tell myself it's fine, everything happens for a reason. I didn't get promoted, it's not a big deal. I mean, it is a big deal, but maybe everything happens for a reason. And then whatever happened, we had a stage performance, blah, 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 blah. And then the next month, there was an opportunity for school students to be selected to be in the professional training program. Like I said, I was training to be a professional company member. And that option didn't exist the month previously. And I got chosen for that. I was the only person in the whole of Gurgaon to be chosen for that school program. And I felt like, and obviously I did get promoted as well. And I was like, oh my God, like the universe really made this happen, because एक महीने पहले तक वो option ही नहीं था, because वो मेरे साथ नहीं हुआ क्योंकि उसके बाद मेरे लिए कुछ better था in store. And that one situation like cemented that thought process in my mind that, you know, हर चीज़ अपने time पे होती है, and if something didn't happen, you have something like better in store for you. And because I cemented that in my mind so clearly and deeply at 14, which is quite a young age, I think everything that I've done after that, I always had that thought process. If I didn't get a certain brand deal, if I didn't, you know, get invited to a YouTube opportunity after being invited once and not invited again, or not invited at all, or if I didn't make enough money that particular month, I would always tell myself, ki, it's fine, it's all meant to be, and I'm going to get something better, like God has something, or the universe has something better in store for me. I'm also going to go through my Instagram and see what you guys have sent me, so let's talk. Vartika Shakya says, dealing with failure while you're going through a breakup as well, how to deal both? Hi. Okay, I think, dude, breakups are so hard, okay? Like, I haven't experienced like a breakup situation in a long time, only a few years ago, but it was genuinely really hard, and especially for me because I had to keep smiling on camera and, you know, pretend like everything's fine, but it wasn't. It obviously really hurts inside. But I think being active, like doing, always like moving, that's something I feel like is so valuable now. You obviously accept that, yeah, I'm heartbroken and I feel upset and I feel sad and this didn't work out, but, you know, to remember that there's something better in store for me. This happened for a reason. Everything happened for a reason. Take a shot every time I say everything happened for a reason. So there's something better in store for me. And to keep moving, I feel like getting up, setting like a task list for the day and doing that, and it has to be filled with things that you love to do. Piyu Sarkar says, what to do when you feel like due to safer decisions you are left behind? Oh my God, I feel like I have experienced that a couple of times in my life only. I'm always the kind of person that takes risky decisions, whether it was, you know, pursuing a career in YouTube, whether it was like, you know, changing my business partners because I felt like it wasn't working out, just even though it felt like the not practical thing to do, and then figuring it out. I've done stuff like that quite a lot, and I think in my anxious phase, let's call it my B phase, I feel like I really stopped trusting my heart and my judgment and my intuition, and I kind of was like, nahi, this makes sense. Let me take everybody's advice on this planet and then do what they say and not really listen to my gut and my intuition. Rivi says, is there any song or video that you created and thought it failed your expectations? Oh my God, yes. Even the first, like my album when I put it out, and even Influence or Runaway or whatever these songs I put out, or even any video in the past when I put out, I always feel like कि उस पे जितने मैं views चाहती थी उससे कम आए हैं हमेशा, except for like a few, very few videos that I put out which have exceeded my expectations in terms of views. But I think for all content creators, we're always so hungry for views and we're never satisfied, which is so like disturbing. But I've never felt like, oh yeah, like wow, इस पे तो amazing views आ गए. So yeah, definitely, I feel that like feeling of failure in terms of views very often. I would say every day I look at a post or any video or song, even like Influence, Runaway, Destiny, all of these videos, I felt it. But now when I look back, like say 3-4 months after I put these videos out, if you guys are new, I have released original music and these are the names of my songs and music videos. When I look at the views now and I look at the comments, I'm just like, shit, it actually did well. Like, I think in that moment, I was just being a little too much. Perspective se thoda pata chalta hai that maybe wasn't that bad. So, and everything with time, you also learn. I learned that maybe for that time in my career and for that kind of content I made in that time of my life and in that time of this landscape, this is the amount of views and kind of comments it was generating. So maybe I can try something new and see how that performs. and learn from that. Or if I really like that approach and I want to make sure कि audience उसे पसंद करते रहे, तो मैं चुप करके वही बनाऊँ. तो हर चीज़ से, I gain an insight, and I think, yeah, and you just like kind of try different things. That's why after seeing how those songs performed, I felt like no, कि मुझे हिंदी गाने और release करने हैं ताकि सब लोग, like my audience, you guys can like relate to the Hindi lyrics more. That's why I put out Chalo, and I have another song that's coming out which is in Hindi also. So yeah, like just gain an insight and like move on. Okay, Satya P says rejections, exclamation point. I have been rejected 1,000 times. I've done so many auditions where I've been rejected. आधे लोग तो बताते भी नहीं हैं that you're rejected, or even things like brand deals or things like cool opportunities. Sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't get it without any reason. So that does feel really heartbreaking. And again, in my like non-B anxiety phase, I've always been like, it's meant to be, it's meant to be. कुछ अच्छा है जो उसके बाद मुझे मिलेगा, and that has been the case all the time when I've had that really solid mindset. And anytime I'm in that whole phase, that anxious phase, I felt like, life sucks, everything is not working out, blah, 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 blah. And because I keep repeating that in my brain so much, things after that also don't work out. I don't show up to the same next thing with the same and better energy. I'm like sulking. So I think rejections का क्या है यार, मतलब वो तो होंगे ही. You try 1,000 times and then you succeed the 1,001st time, right? It's not fun if you succeed the first time, to be honest. Okay, Mihika says, dealing with feeling less of yourself after a failure one thought they wouldn't face. Oh my god, yeah, this is a tough one, and I think it's a lot to do with your self-esteem. Like if your self-esteem is riding on कि ये चीज़ successful होगी या नहीं, I can only give my example कि अगर मेरा self-esteem बहुत time के लिए, as a lot of other content creators, इस चीज़ पे राइड कर रहा था कि मेरे videos पे कितने views आ रहे हैं, मेरी engagement कितनी है, ये नहीं कि how many subscribers I have accumulated so far, like how hard I work, but like how well am I doing in this moment. And that is fair because a lot of brand deals and a lot of like current जो आपकी relevance होती है उस पे dependent है, like how you're doing well at that point. But that is also like on so many other factors, right? अभी कितने लोग हैं who are creators, what is the kind of content that's going on. Sometimes you just have ups and downs and you kind of just have to move through all the phases. I feel like I never let any of that get to me. I always felt like theek hai, this is a low phase, and this is a line that I borrowed in a really old video of mine. My dad told me that any growth curve of any person, any company, whatever, always looks like this, but in the long run, mostly it's always like a slanting upward curve. So ये सब तो होते ही रहता है, and कभी-कभी नीचे भी जाता है, and a lot of times I try to look at it as अगर नीचे जा रहा है, I saw this in an Instagram post on some page that when something is नीचे, you're working on things that जिसका result सबको नहीं दिख रहा है, but you're working on those really insane skills which will kind of help you shoot up in the next cycle. But you cannot stop, even though it feels like this sucks and it's really hard, because अगर आप अपनी self esteem पे ले लो तो आपकी ego hurt हो जाती है if you fail, because maybe a lot of people can see that you failed and a lot of people are saying that you failed. In my case, numbers, everyone can see, everyone can talk about it, but then it's about being humble. It's not about taking it on your ego, because जब आप अच्छा कर रहे हो, you obviously feel happy when everyone says nice things about you, but then you have to have the heart and the courage to take it when you're not doing so well and everyone still knows. So you have to just keep taking the next step, and that's it. Kalyani says, how to gain confidence back in you. Okay, like I want to do a separate episode on confidence because I've been feeling this insane surge of confidence in the last 2 months. And in my phase, I kind of lost that confidence where I was like, nahin, I don't trust my judgment. Am I a nice person? Am I being nice to people? Am I like, whatever. And I felt like वो confidence मेरा धीरे धीरे करके disband हुआ because I think I gave too much importance to other people's judgment. I didn't trust myself. And I think in the last 2 months, I decided that I'm going to do one small thing every day that's kind of outside my comfort zone. Because obviously in that time when I wasn't confident, I wasn't trying new things also to grow. And इसलिए मैं, you know, comfort zone में आ गई, and that you don't feel happy when you're not trying something new every day. So I felt, ठीक है, I'm gonna try something new every day. Let's see. If there's a acting workshop, I'll go. Even if I'm feeling कि नहीं यार मेरे को नहीं जाना. If there's a new person जिससे मिलना है, मिलने का option है, मिल लेते हैं. I don't know. I feel scared. What if that person judges me? Let's go. Should I make this like video dancing on Dholida? I don't know if people will like it. Okay, let's try. Let's see. I heard that this person made a sexist remark. Should I stand up to that person? Yeah, let's do it. What is there to lose? Let's try it. I'm scared. And धीरे धीरे करके when I took these small risks every day, and especially about the standing up for myself part, whenever I felt like, you know, someone was condescending to me or made a sexist remark or whatever, क्योंकि बहुत होता है, I did stand up. And I felt like every time I stood up, I just felt this like, oh, you know, I have that confidence, and it's genuinely not that bad. Because I felt like anytime I'm being confident and I stand up for myself, like people will not like me. And I kind of was like, just take a deep breath. No one gives a fuck if people don't like you. Let's imagine that I live on Mars and I'm happy. And ठीक है यार, and वो धीरे धीरे छोटी छोटी चीज़ करके मेरे को काफ़ी confidence आया. And anytime in the last couple of weeks, मैं काफ़ी events के लिए जा रही हूँ guys in Mumbai. I've just moved here, so like Mumbai life is a little busier than Delhi stuff. And I've, you know, whenever I interacted with people, I just felt like, oh, like I'm feeling so comfortable and confident in my own skin. And I just feel like maybe that's because of these small risks. So maybe that is helpful. So yeah, I'm gonna end this episode here. I think this was a really nice talk about failure and being consistent. And I hope you enjoyed watching, and I hope you enjoyed listening. If you did, please subscribe, like, and comment on my YouTube channel here on this video. Please subscribe, and also do follow me on Instagram. And also for the full version of this episode, go on over to Spotify. It's Shutup Sejal is a Spotify exclusive podcast. Go listen and leave a 5-star rating, okay guys? 5 stars. And also tell me about your failure stories and anything. If you have stories for me, leave it in the comments below. I'll be sure to read them. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.